I have 3 gimbal tripods, and here's why you should not get them if you're planning to be a content creator. Honestly, you don't need all these gadgets. So let me share my story, why I ended up with them, and why I consider this as my guilty pleasure. Let's get into it. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about something I don't usually admit, and it's my habit of collecting gadgets, especially gimbal tripods that I rarely use. So it feels exciting at first, but later on, as you start asking yourself, did I really need all of these? So let's go through these 3 gimbals I own, how I got them, and the lessons I learned along the way. So my first gimbal is the MOZA Mini-S Essential foldable 3-axis gimbal stabilizer. I got this for around 4,650 pesos. Honestly, I bought it for the satisfaction of simply owning the gadget, regardless of how often I would use it. And I'll admit I like it because it's foldable, compact, and does the job when it worked. But one day it just stopped working. So the app told me it needed a software update, but no matter what phone I used, the update would not succeed. That's when I realized it had a poor after-sales support. So owning it gave me a joy for a while, but in the end, it became just another piece of gear gathering dust. Now, since the first one broke, I thought I needed a replacement. Then I saw this Prestigio 3-axis gimbal being sold secondhand for only 1,500 pesos in Facebook Marketplace. So my mind said it's cheap and I should not let it pass, but in the end, I regretted it because it could not hold heavy phones, the motors were not sturdy, and worst of all, it took forever to charge. So I basically traded one broken gadget for another underwhelming one. So this was one of those impulsive buys where you think you're saving money, but you're actually just wasting more. So now let's talk about my third one. This is the TNW 1-axis gimbal. I've talked about this previously in my previous vlog. I actually got this as a free sample on TikTok when I was still doing affiliate marketing. And compared to the first two, this is the one that I enjoyed the most. It has its own light for low light shooting, and it can extend for unique angles. And it's small enough to fit in my bag, and among the 3, this is the one that I usually use. But here's the thing, modern smartphones already have built-in optical and electronic stabilization. So if that's your main reason for buying a gimbal, you honestly don't need this anymore. That's why even though I like it, I still don't recommend you rush out to get one. So why did I end up with 3 gimbals that practically do the same thing? Well, it boils down to consumerism and guilty pleasures. There's FOMO, or the fear of missing out, and wanting to stay updated with the latest gear. So there's the thrill of collecting. So sometimes it's about using them, and sometimes it's about owning them, and sometimes it's sentimental value. You keep gadgets thinking that one day you might need them again. But here's the flip side. I feel guilt because of the wasted money and storage space. I feel regret for not maximizing their potential, but also I feel satisfaction because in some way, owning them scratches the itch of being equipped as a creator. So it's a love-hate cycle. So how do I deal with this guilty pleasure? And maybe this one can help you too if you have unused gadgets at home. First, donate or sell them because someone else might actually need them more. 2 is organize your storage, at least minimize the clutter and keep track of what you really used. So 3rd is practice mindful consumption. Before buying, ask yourself, will I use this regularly, or is this just another FOMO purchase? So yeah, I own 3 gimbals, but I only really used one. This is one of it. And honestly, I could live without all of them because smartphones today are already amazing. My guilty pleasure taught me that sometimes less is more. So how about you? Do you have gadgets at home that you rarely use but still keep? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear your stories. So if you found this video helpful or related, don't forget to like and share and subscribe for more content like this. So thanks for watching and see you on the next one. Bye for now.